the night of the Scream screening, the Diesel night, the night of the sickening outfit, losing my YSL bag. I get in the elevator, the actor's in there. The crush from years ago, the one I just stalked, the one that I just found out, now I guess lives in my building. Sorry to like expose both of us, but like whatever. Hi guys, welcome back to Seriously episode, honestly, who knows what at this point. The fact that I've done this basically consistently for this long is honestly really surprising, but really exciting. I have a lot to talk about today. I am a bit embarrassed, a bit ashamed of my actions for the past few days. I have been in my event era, in my going out era. I think ever since last week where I went to the Apple and the Instagram event and then had that experience, you know, at the club. I have just been trying to have a good time recently, and I have succeeded and failed at the same time. I also think I need to like figure out how to like be out and about in this city and not drink a drink, because that is truly, we'll get into that. Okay, first things first, I wrote a list because there's just a lot to get into. Losing my bag. Okay, so after going out to those events last week, I was like, girl, I'm in my event era. And I'm also working towards just attending, you know, more fashion events and stuff like that, because I really love fashion and I want to, you know, work with these designers. So these events are a good opportunity to wear the designer and then, you know, maybe get recognition from the brand or et cetera, just so they know that, you know, girl, maybe I can work with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of go to these events, to A, of course, see my friends and have a good time, but also B, because it's like kind of my job. And that's just kind of the stuff I want to be doing this year. Just like fashion stuff and go to events and look really good. I think my issue is just that I have social anxiety. So when I'm in these places, if I'm not under the, like, if I'm not lit, like, I'm not going to be a good time to everyone else. I think I'm assuming, I don't know, actually, maybe I should just try and go and not be psycho and go crazy every time. But due to social anxiety, I mean, that's why I do it. It's like, sometimes you just need some liquid courage in you. And it's important for me to go to these things. So it's just, you get it. You get what I'm saying. It's hard to like, it's like high school parties. You can't really, you know, it's just hard to mingle sometimes. But there was the Scream event this week. It was a Scream screening. We're going to talk about that whole goddamn night. I didn't even get to watch the movie. The whole point of a screening is that you go, you walk the carpet. There might be like a little pre-cocktail party, which there was, but it wasn't pre for me. It was pre, during, and post. Okay, maybe not post, but pre and during. And then you go into the pre-cocktail and then you go watch the movie and then you enjoy that with friends. I got to wear, you know, a sickening outfit. I was really feeling myself. I was in a full Diesel outfit. It was all red. Go look at my Instagram. Like, I felt it was a good night. It was a good time. Larry came with me. For once, he was my plus one, and I was just like, okay. Me and my BFF were just going in. He came in, like, over here before. Alexis came over here before. It's just good vibes. I also love the whole Paramount team. Screams was probably such a good movie. Like, wish I saw it. Can't wait to see it in theaters, like, once it actually comes out. I actually think it's already out, so can't wait to go see it in theaters very soon. But I brought a bag with me, but it didn't go with my outfit so well. And another thing about me is, we talked about it on the podcast before, when I go to clubs, when I go to events, when I go to anything that I'm lit at, I will lose my bag. First time I ever got my Louis Vuitton PM bag, like the little croissant brown bag that some of you may or may not know that I have. The first time I got that, I went to a place called Bar Liz with it, and we walked in. You take an elevator up to the like rooftop, because that's where like the like club is or whatever. We get out of the elevator. I remember we go walk to our table, and by the time we get to our table, my bag was already missing off my shoulder, until someone across the club is like holding it up being like, whose bag is this? And I go, is that my bag? And then I was like, oh my God, my bag is missing. That's my bag. That's literally my bag. So that was the first time I lost the bag. Second time was honestly Home Depot, when I got literally robbed. My like Prada bag got stolen. But that's not even the same story. That's just like my Prada bag got stolen because I literally left it in the back of a U-Haul truck while packing shit up into my car. Then last week, after the Apple and Instagram event, when I was, you know, going to the club, I kept like I thought I kept losing my bag. So the boy I was with literally had to be holding it, which is like, honestly, thank God. And I honestly wish he was there that night and last night because I was just crazy, and I feel like I just need someone to really tame me. And a lot of people just like don't. You know, maybe it's because some people just don't care and everyone's just like in their own world. So it's like when you're with a guy, it's clearly like we're here for each other. So that's why he was probably like just being a little bit more mindful of the things I was doing, just because he like wanted to make sure that I wasn't dead by the end of the night. So that was nice. But at the Scream event, it was just me, Larry, a couple of other friends. Actually, a lot of people were there, a lot of people I knew. But I didn't want to hold the bag all night. So when walking the carpet, I just asked like, hey, Larry, can you hold this real quick? Or like, you know, one of the Paramount girlies was there. So I was like, can you hold it for 2 seconds? Just like people are holding my bag for me. But then I was holding it while we were just walking around, not getting content, not getting photographs and stuff like that. So that was fine. But I guess I remember also when you walk in, walk the carpet, whatever, and then there's the pre-cocktail place, so that's where the bar is, and that's where everyone's chilling. Everyone was chilling at the bar. So while we were at the bar, I was holding my bag, I was putting it down, I was giving people hugs, I was so excited, I grabbed it back up. I remember once doors opened, I took my bag with me to my seat, because I just feel like I remember having it at my seat and like putting it down and being like, y'all, I can't lose my bag. I remember literally specifically telling like Ryland or someone just like, I can't lose my bag. If you see me without my bag, please say something. And like, obviously no one did because literally no one gives a shit about anyone else. But I thought I had my bag with me. But then I obviously got up before the movie started again and went back to the, you know, pre-cocktail area to grab a little cocktail. And I guess this is when shit got spookin' weird, because I guess what happened was while at the bar, I put my bag down again and just never picked it back up. And I was with this girl. Holy crap, I have the craziest story to tell you guys. I have the craziest story to tell you guys about me and this girl and the interaction. Holy crap. Okay, I have to remember. I was with this girl, and I honestly, we're besties now. And she was like, oh, no, yeah, I think I saw, like, you put down that bag, because I remember seeing that bag. And then I think I remember a girl picking it up and saying it was her. So I was like, bitch, there ain't no way. Like, there's just no way. And then her friend, who's a guy, he was like, oh no, yeah, I saw that bag. And I think a girl said it was hers. So now I have 2 people telling me that they saw that my bag was missing. But prior to that, sorry, I did go back to my seat and I was like, wait, where's my bag? And then I was like, like the movie started by then, but I was out here flashing my shit, didn't really care. Honestly, I'm awful. People were like obviously teasing me and joking, but they were like, Mario, sit down. And I was just like, my bag is missing. Like, hold on. Couldn't find my bag, go back out there. That's when I have that conversation. I'm like, girl, I don't know where my bag is. Oh my God, I went to go look for my bag to go find my little Canon so I could take pictures and like digital pictures, which they've been slaying recently. But then I go back out, back to the like cocktail area, and they say that they saw a girl take my bag. I start telling security, I go, there's a bag missing, and this is not a game. Kind of start frantically looking around for it. Some stuff happened in the midst of it that we can maybe touch into. We're definitely going to touch into one of the things, but end of the night, I go up to my girl who's like the party planner of like all of these parties. I don't know like how we got close. It was at the other Scream event actually that I went to. But she is the most sickening woman ever. She like gives me like life advice sometimes. She is just, she's a queen. So I go up to her, I go, Lori, I think I lost my bag. Like, and it's so important. And she goes, let me handle this. She starts talking to all of the security. And then someone, I guess, overhears, oh my God, no. And then the movie ended by then. So I'm just telling the backstory real quick. The movie ends, and I'm like, Lori, the movie just ended. People are about to walk out. She's saying like, oh my God, keep a lookout for anyone that might walk out with it. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, okay, I'm getting robbed. I'm getting robbed. My wallet's in there, my camera's in there, my blah, blah, blah. Like everything's in there. It's a new Saint Laurent purse. I'm like upset. And then someone overhears this because I'm being like crazy. One of the bartenders or like security goes, did you lose a bag? I go, yeah. And then they just go to behind the bar and they're like, is this it? I go, my bag. So it was there. So I guess I did leave it on the bar, but a girl didn't steal it. So I was lied to, and I felt honestly really scared for nothing. Now, to the story about the girl I was with tonight, it doesn't even have so much to do with the girl. It has to do with her friend's boyfriend, who I was crushing on for like so long because he's so hot. So there's this guy that's on this Netflix show, and when this Netflix show was coming out, girl, he was so fine. Like, he still is fine, but I was just, that was my man. I was like, this is my man. I don't follow many men on Instagram, and he was just one of the men I was following just because I needed to see his face. So I would watch his stories, whatever. This was years ago. I unfollowed him, and then I went to the Celsius event last week, I believe, and he was there. So I was like, oh my God, bitch, this crush. Before that, actually, my friend did a campaign with him a couple weeks ago. So she brought him up and she was like, oh my God, I'm doing a campaign with this person and this person. I go, that guy is my like biggest crush ever. Like I used to be in love with him. He was so hot. And she was like, I know he's so hot, blah, 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 blah. So he got brought up a couple weeks ago, which made me rethink of him, and he just brought him back into the light. And then I saw him at an event a week ago, and I was like, bitch, I was with Antonio, and I was like, bitch, that is the fine-ass man that I used to have a crush on. He's right there. That's crazy. And she was like, oh my God, that's crazy. And then we're on our way home, and I check his Instagram just because I was like thinking of him. And I'm like, what's he been up to? Like, how's he looking now on Instagram? His last post on his feed was in my elevator of my building. Our building has an elevator that has like a sort of like a splash to the mirror. Bitch, he took a mirror selfie in that elevator. So I go, Antonio, Netflix guy, sells like event guy, in my elevator in my building. Crazy. Then the night of the Scream screening, the Diesel night, the night of the sickening outfit, losing my YSL bag. I get in the elevator. Guess who's in there? I get in the elevator with Larry and Alexis also, and Larry has my like Canon in his hand, and he's like, because I was like, Larry, take pictures of me in the elevator so we can get some content before we go. Bitch, we walk into the elevator. The actor's in there. The crush from years ago. The one I just stalked, the one that I just found out, now I guess lives in my building. Sorry to like expose both of us, but like whatever. He was in there. He goes, damn, like, because my outfit was crazy. So he was like, damn, like, y'all are headed off somewhere. And I go, yeah, church. And then I go, what? I don't know why I said church. I was just trying to think of something really simple. And then, like, everyone just, like, kind of giggled for a second. And then, like, someone else got in the elevator. So then shit got quiet and silent. But in my head, I was like, this man and I just spoke. And he doesn't know, but I've known who he is for years. And I also just stalked him 2 days prior to that and found out that he's been in my building. And now here we are in the same elevator going down together. So then we walk out, we go to this event, I'm having drinks, I'm with my girl, we are at the pre-cocktail party, and I go, oh my God, girl, the funniest thing happened to me today. I saw this guy that I think is really, really hot, who I like saw at this event literally 2 days ago. And I saw him in my elevator coming down just now, and it was like so crazy because his last picture was in that same elevator, and it was just such a small world. And then she starts laughing. She goes, oh my God, wait, no way. Is it blank? And I go, no, there's no way. And she was like, no, is it literally this guy? And I go, him. And she goes, that's my best friend's boyfriend. I go, what? What? She goes, she's sitting inside. She's literally sitting in the screening right now. Like, that's her boyfriend. Like, I know exactly. Like, do you live here? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh yeah, that's him. He lives there too. And I was like, he's been living here for the past year, same like me. So it's like, my man crush Monday for years has been living in my building. And I just found out last week, but I just can't deal. So she's like, I need to get my friend out here. I was like, oh my God, you cannot tell her what's happening. Let me tell her. And she was like, okay, I'm going to text her to come out here. The girl comes out. I go, girl, your boyfriend is so fine. And I was just telling her that I literally just saw this hot guy in my elevator. And that hot guy I saw 2 days ago. But that hot guy is also a guy that I've found hot for years. And that hot guy just turned out to be your boyfriend. Out of all people, 1 billion people in the world. Or 1 billion people, bitch. I don't even know how many people are in the actual world. Out of all people, the one girl I'm becoming like really good friends with, of course, her best friend's boyfriend is the one guy I like crushed on for so long and was just ranting about being like, he's so hot, he's so fine. And but then we giggled about it, and then we all took selfies, so I guess it's fine. I mean, welcome to LA. But that was just crazy. Like, what a small world. And I feel like stuff like that is always happening to me. And I don't like it because it's like, why? I didn't need for anyone to know about this. So that was Scream screening. And then let's talk about last night. Last night was a Fashion Nova event, which my girl Lori put together also again, which is, she's so sickening for that. But I was actually a +1 for this one. I was Amari Stewart's +1. I went to the Fashion Nova event. It was cute. It was chill. I wasn't really like planning on like indulging in getting lit because I did just the night before, and that's when I lost my bag and stuff, and I was just being crazy. Like, didn't watch a movie because I was really at the bar the whole time. So I didn't plan on getting super lit. However, when we walked in, I was immediately like grabbed to go walk the carpet and like not rushed around, but I was just like grabbed instantly to go take pictures and then to go do a video for them and then like all this stuff. And like I said, I have social anxiety. So I was like excited and like I love doing stuff like this, obviously, and I felt confident, I felt good. But regardless of how like confident I can feel, I think maybe I just need to like practice this or something. But when they put me on a carpet and I have to smile for all these photographers and stuff, I start getting like nervous. And I can just feel like the confidence just like slowly kind of like going away. So I'll like be like, and then I can feel my lips start fidgeting. So immediately I'm like, okay, to the liquid courage. So then we did that. I was with Ashley, Tana, Bella, Amari. It was just the old house squads. We lived together for a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Like, those are my girls. So we were all just having a good time. So fun. And I knew I had to go to Charlie Jordan's birthday party afterwards. So I was like, okay, this is like the pregame party. This is like a good time. But also that event, after I left, I found out, well, no, I saw Central C there. So that was fun. It was just, we literally were staring at each other. I was like, you're Central C, you're Central C. Oh yeah, you are Central C. How can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay. Like that man, yeah. Why does he say it like that? Homophobic. Is that his like accent? Like the British accent or something? I just don't think it is. Maybe it's his vibe. Then was told that Travis Scott, I'm guessing, was coming to perform in a little, but then I was like, ugh, I have to leave to a birthday party, I'm sorry. But he came, and then Kanye was there. So saw Central C, didn't see the other two, kind of sad about it. And I also think other people were there because Isabella Fusco went back, and she was just telling me she was having a grand old time, like just seeing everyone. So that's good. Love LA. Those things like are always fun, but I'm like, okay, if I see the person, I see the person, then what? Like, I wasn't dying to go back because I'm like, go back for what, babe? I went to Charlie's after, saw a bunch of my other friends, walked the little carpet there, was already feeling good, was feeling fun, fresh, everything. I was having good conversation, okay? I was having the best time of my life with Emma Brooks. She is actually like one of my favorite people ever. She is so smiley, so pretty, so fun, so bubbly, and also just so real, and like we're just so real with each other, and I kind of love that. So, and she's a Gemini, and I'm a Sag, so I think that's compatibility boots. But we were just having a good time, and I was like, and I was seeing her, so I was like, let's take a shot together. And I'm also that kind of friend that, sadly, like, that's just how I am, because I just want to have a good time with everyone, and I want to like connect and vibe and all of that stuff, and I want everyone to just like have a good time. So I'm like, if I see a friend, I'm like, let's take a shot together, like let's yay, like cheers, like love seeing you, like yay, you know. And then I guess I just kept drinking. So by the end of the night, I'm back with my girl who I was with for Scream, whose best friend is my man crush's boyfriend. I was definitely like I was in it, I was on it, I was in it, I was out of it, I was there, I was lit, I was having a good time. Now, when I'm having a good time like this, like I'm fine, I'm completely fine. People actually around me will always assume that I'm sober because I'm always just so put together. I'm just really, really like fun. Someone around us was hitting a vape, and I don't vape. That's one thing about me, girl. I will pull up right now, and I will really say, and I will really mean it. I don't vape. I don't hit nicotine. I don't smoke cigarettes. Like, I just don't do that at all. Zero. So, you know when you're, like, lit and someone's vaping in front of you, you're like, kind of want to try that vape. That was me, and I asked that person, I go, hey, can I, like, hit your vape? And they were just like, yeah, of course. Also, can vapes just, like, go away? Because it ruined my night, and we'll get into why. Bitch. Stupid idiot. Stupid, 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 stupid. I'm so annoyed at myself. I hit the vape. And, girl, this is what I mean. I just don't do something you don't do just because you're, like, tipsy. Like, don't do it just because you're tipsy. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. I hit the vape. And because I never hit those, like, I know all you freaks are literally addicted holding the goddamn thing in your literal hand right now, so y'all probably know what I'm talking about. And if you don't vape, girl, me too, and don't do it. I promise. I swear to God, don't do it. I think I hit it, like, 3 times, so I go, because it's like not, it wasn't like awful, like I guess, or maybe I liked the taste. I don't know. Maybe I just did it. I was just like, I started spinning. I grab my girl and I go, girl, I'm spinning. She looks at me. She goes, uh-oh. I start like literally like falling back almost. Like literally I start falling back. She like grabs me, holds me, takes me to the bar, grabs me a water bottle. I'm like, but see how I'm like telling you this? Because I'm like, I was coherent. I'm always coherent. I'm always there. I'm always like, you will never see a bitch like me down bad unless I'm down bad, unless I'm like bad, which has only happened one time, and Larry had to come pick me up, and that's a story for another time. You won't see me down bad. So while talking to her, I'm like, girl, I can feel myself spinning. She was like, I know, I can tell. Like, are you okay? Like, did you get drugged? Because it came so quick. If you don't vape, I guess, like when you hit a vape, it makes you like lightheaded and stuff, which that I knew. But when you are also drinking, it can make you like spin. And girl, I was spinning. So I was like, girl, I really am spinning. And then I see Amari Stewart. So I'm like, and I think she said, or I was like, I see Amari, or she was like, there's Amari. And I go, will you grab Amari really quickly? I feel like I should go to the restroom. Because, not because I was gonna like, but just because I'm like spinning, I need a second, like I need to like chill. And I just like need to be with like a BFF. She literally was so scared that she was like, wait, can I even like leave you right now? Can I like stop holding you? Like, can you stand? And I was like, yes, just go quickly. Like I was literally like, yes, but quick. So she went, she grabbed Amari. Honestly, love her. She should never see me like that again. I apologized to her just now because I was like, girl, I'm so sorry that you had to see me like that. She was like, girl, I was just so worried. I was like, I literally thought you got drugged. That was so scary. And I was like, no, bitch, I was scared. Like, I never do stuff like that. Like, I will never be a spinny little girl. What? Okay. Amari comes. I chug like a water bottle, I think. Amari walks me to the bathroom. Like, I'm still, I can't really remember if I'm still spinning or not, or if I'm like a little more settled where I can walk to the bathroom. But I do get to the bathroom. I'm fine. We go into the stall. I can't even, like, I don't think I tried to, like, get it out or anything because I don't think it was like a too drunk issue. I think I just had to like breathe oxygen. So I settled down, but I was like, Amari, honestly, like that was a lot. I'm not feeling too hot now. I'm just kind of like out of it, feeling kind of like lightheaded, dizzy. I'm gonna go home. So I called my car. And thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my God, for so many things. There's a back exit, so I went out through the back, which the back exit was literally the front exit at this point. Like, everything was at the back. The carpet was in the back. The paparazzi was in the back. Not when I left, though, thank God. But not that they would, like, shoot me, but sometimes they do. So you just never know. Y'all know the rope things? Like in the movies, for example, when you have the lines, they will put ropes to, like, divide the lines. I had to walk over one of those rope things, and I guess Mama was still dizzy. I tripped over the rope thing. I tripped over the rope while walking out of the club. Walked out of the club, was walking out, red carpets to my left. I see a hot security guard. I see a person getting into their car. Like, there's, like, maybe 4 or 5 people out there. I'm, like, trying to step over the rope, trip, fall. Rope falls with me. I start trying to pick it up. They go, oh, my God, no, it's okay. It's okay. You're good. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm sorry. Like, let me pick it up. And then I start picking it up. And they're like, girl, I hope you're not driving. I go, girl, my car's here. Don't worry. Absolutely not. And then the hot guy was giggling and just being like, LOL, it's fine. Like, have a good night. You're fine. Oh, my God. I walked into my car. I'm on my way home. And then I realized Isabella Fusco, who went back to the Fashion Nova party with Kanye and everyone there. Of course, she went back. She had my apartment keys in her bag. And I was still spinning, like, kinda. Now I'm remembering, I was still spinning because once I got in that car and I was like, I'm going home, I was like, damn, we better get home quick. Damn, we better get home quick. And then I found out my keys were not with me. And I realized Isabella Fusco has my keys. I text her, I go, where are you? She goes, back at Fashion Nova. I realized I have to go grab my keys from her, but I know I can't go in there, girl. I was actually down bad. And this is the part of the story where I honestly probably shouldn't tell you because it's probably the most embarrassing thing that I've done in a long time, but only to me. Like, no one else knows about this, and no one has to know about this. I just am telling y'all because someone needs to hold me accountable. I changed the address to Fashion Nova. She tells me that she left the keys with security out front for me, so all I have to do is just walk out, say hi to security, tell them my name, and my keys will be in my hand. 25 minutes to get there. I go, sir. He goes, yeah, what's up? I go, if you could just pull over at any point, that'd be sick. And he was like, oh, pull over? I was like, yeah, I just have to real quick. And he was like, oh, okay. So then he pulls over, and I go, sorry, just like give me 1 second. And imagine me just like still like so coherent. So he's probably like, what the hell is going on? I wish I could be like sloppy, so then people, actually no, thank God I'm not sloppy. But then at least like people can tell that you're blacked out. With me, it's like, I'll be like, well, I wasn't blacked out clearly because I remember everything. But girl, it was that vape. It was literally a vape. It ruined my night. This is why I don't vape. Don't hit vapes. I go out of the car, thank God there was no one near me, and thank God none of like my friends had to see this because this is just like so embarrassing and so bad. It's just, I had to do what I had to do. I got some stuff out of me, if you know what I'm saying, and then got back in the car, carried on to Fashion Nova, walked straight up to the security. I go, hi, I have keys here. My friend just left them out front for Mario. They give me my keys, I make it home, I make myself a full sweet potato fry, like spicy vegan chicken nugget dinner. I eat everything, I get in the bath, I soak out my sins, and soak out my sins, that just doesn't even actually make sense. Sweat out my sins, thank you. I think the things I'm learning is pace is good, but also need to figure something out for the social anxiety aspect, and the also enjoyment of being out and being social, because I feel like I really can't tell what I am. Am I an extrovert? Am I an introvert? Do I like socializing? Do I not? Some days I do, some days I literally don't, and I think that's just every human, but I just can't tell because, like, for example, when I'm at these events and doing the things that I'm telling you I'm doing, I am like not the life of the party, but for real, like I do love talking to everyone, being with everyone, making absolutely everyone laugh. Like, it's just like, I do love being just so present and so there and connecting and making friends. But when I'm like completely sober at these events, I get like a little more worried, a little more anxious. I also am not as fun. So it's like, I have to kind of figure that out. And if anyone has any tips and advice on that, like, I don't even know what tips I'm looking for, but that's just kind of what I'm learning. It's like, gotta figure something out for the events to be able to be amazing and the best ever in both ways, because it's fine to have a drink. I'm literally young, and this is the time to probably do the things that I'm doing right now, so that I'm fine with it. It's just, there's times to do it and times to not, and I feel like during the weekdays, especially if I'm just going to like events simply to just pop out and like just kind of get content and stuff, like I shouldn't need to like be doing all that, you know what I mean? While speaking of things I shouldn't be doing, let's talk about the night that Larry and Issa had to come pick me up in the little Tessie with my favorite chips and some water from a Halloween party as I was dressed as a vampire. Okay, quick little story time. There was a Halloween party, not last year, but the year before that, where I was dressed as a vampire, and girl, this never ever happens to me. So this was, I believe, Avani's like Halloween party, and I think it was just a fun night. I think I was frolicking around, you know, talking to the boys, having a good time, just like being crazy, being a good time, being a vampire, feeling hot, feeling sexy. Mama got litty and ended up in one of the master bedrooms of the house, hovering over the toilet. And all I remember is just like everyone like kikiing in this bathroom while I was just like literally dead. Literally dead. And this is actually a night I probably can't really remember that well, but I'll tell you all the details I can, because that was a blackout boots. Like, I don't know how that happened at all. I just remember Emily from the Wiggies being like behind me, just being so sweet. I also remember Ari being there, Amari, like so many people. Manny was there. He was like rubbing my back, and I literally remember just being like, stop touching me, and then going back in, because it's like, I don't know if there are people who like being like touched and stuff. There are actually people, because I just had this conversation, who like having someone there when they're like sick, but not me. If I'm sick, girl, stay away from me. Let me do this. Let me get my shit through. Let me like collect myself a little, and then you can come and save the day and heal. But Until then, mama, don't touch me. But also, everyone was being so nice. They were just like, we're here, like, we love you, like, you're okay. And I guess I was being, like, sad about it. I was just like, I'm sad, like, this is so crazy. Like, you know that drunk. You know when you're that girl and you're just, like, over the toilet and you're just like, this is so embarrassing. This never happens. I'm so sorry, everyone. Like, this is so, like, shitty. Like, I'm sorry. I was just, like, apologizing a bunch. Because it does not happen, honestly, and that is my genuine reaction. It's like, I do apologize that anyone had to see that. And then I remember I was just like, where's Larry? Like, someone call Larry. So then Larry was called, and I go, Larry. And he was like, oh, no, what happened? And then I think someone just took over the call and was like, Mario needs to come be picked up. So then my king came up to the rescue. I remember while yakking, I had an unbuttoned shirt, and I remember literally, like, being so out of it, like, literally, like, look at me, like, if y'all are visually watching, I was literally like this, I was like, oh, and I start buttoning up my shirt because I saw my rolls, just because I was, like, sitting on the toilet like any other normal person would see the rolls, like, literally like anyone else, but I go, oh my god, they all just saw my rolls, so I'll throw it. So then I button my shirt, and I get back to it, but anyways, then Larry finally pulls up with Issa. My two baddies, one Porsche. Like, oh, I love them. So they pull up, and I get taken to the car. I think I throw up in the bush literally right before getting to the car, but I'm actually not sure about that. I might just be making that up. We get into the car. They bring me my favorite chips. I'll never forget that. And just some water. And then they blast my favorite tunes, Blackpink. We just had the best time, aespa. And then we got home. And that was when we all lived together. So that was just a good, simple, fun night for me and the roomies to remember forever. Moral of the story. Pace yourself. Have a good time, though, while you're young. Don't hit a vape when you're, like, tips. And be a queen. Be a confident queen. That's all I've got for you guys today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. I love you. I don't know what the Seriously episode was, but I think I really liked it because it was just a lot of story time. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to go listen on all streaming platforms, so the rest is Seriously, or go watch on the Past Your Bedtime YouTube channel. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.